The Cedar Falls Tigers took to the diamond looking to collect their second win on the still young season against Metro rival Waterloo West. The Tigers attempted to get things rolling right away in the top of the first with an Amity Biner walk, followed quickly by a stolen base. Biner was able to advance to third on a wild throw by Wahawk pitcher Jacqueline Spencer. With only one down and a runner on third, Cedar Falls was looking to put some pressure on in the top of the first, but to no avail as a flyout by Mercedes Hutchins was not deep enough for Biner to tag and led to the second out. This was quickly followed by Biner being caught trying to take home on a mishandled pitch by the Wahawks. The Wahawks put some pressure on Cedar Falls themselves in the bottom of the first when a leadoff triple by pitcher Jacqueline Spencer had the Wahawks in prime position for a big inning. Cedar Falls freshman Kelsey Ike showed some grit though, striking out the next batter, tagging Spencer out at home after a mishandled pitch, and striking out Waterloo's three-hole hitter to dismiss any idea of allowing a first-inning run. Things calmed down after the wild first inning as Ike kept it cool on the mound. Although she allowed two base runners, another strikeout and some flashy defense by Cedar Falls third baseman Mercedes Hutchins kept the Wahawks scoreless through two. Waterloo West struck first in the game in the bottom of the third inning. A double by Haley Jones put West in scoring position with one down. A walk and stolen base by Spencer left the Wahawks with two on, and the gutsy squeeze bunt here by the Wahawks plated the first run of the game. Cedar Falls got out of the inning without allowing any more damage and did some of their own in the top of the fourth. Amity Biner used her speed to leg out an infield single to lead off the inning, and Kelsey Ike hit a sharp grounder to short, which the defense mishandled and eventually threw away, allowing Biner to advance to third with nobody out. Two batters later, second baseman Mackenzie Sesterhen stepped up and knocked in the tie-in run with a sacrifice fly to left. Cedar Falls threatened again in the game, getting a runner on second base with two outs in the fifth after Lauren Kramer drew a walk and was moved over by a sacrifice bunt from DH Nicole Norman, but couldn't get that big hit to bring her in. It was the same story in the sixth for the Tigers as Kelsey Ike helped her own cause by getting on base with one out. Cedar Falls continued to execute their small ball well, moving her runner over to second with another well-placed bunt, this time by Mercedes Hutchins. The Tigers came up empty yet again in the sixth, however. Waterloo came up close themselves in the bottom half of the sixth, but Ike held strong, striking out two and getting a lazy fly out to second base to end the inning. Cedar Falls came out hungry in the top of the seventh, taking the lead via a huge double with one out by first baseman Megan Runyon to put the Tigers in scoring position. Kramer followed up by dropping the go-ahead infield single right between the defense. The alert Runyon was able to reach home uncontested to put the Tigers up one run. The girls went back to small ball, moving Kramer's runner over to second with two outs, but were stifled yet again by Waterloo West's pitching. However, the Tigers were still up one heading into what was supposed to be the last frame. Waterloo West wasn't ready to be done quite yet, tying up the game in the bottom of the seventh on a clutch RBI double by the Wahawks' Jessica Stackhouse. The teams traded goose eggs from the eighth inning on behind more commanding pitching from both Spencer and Ike. Both freshman girls threw complete games for their teams, with Spencer going 12 full innings and Ike going 11 1/3. In the bottom of the 12th, with two on and one out, Ike was the first to have her valiant pitching effort spoiled by the bat of Lexi Damon, who got her first hit of the game on a walk-off single in the bottom of the fifth extra frame. A Herculean effort by Ike and the Tigers this time was unfortunately not quite enough, as Waterloo West came away with the victory to hold their lead in the Valley Division of the Mississippi Valley Conference. Later that day, following the grinded-out pitchers duel we just witnessed, Cedar Falls came up just short again as the Wahawks plated 7 in the bottom of the 7th to take another walk-off win. Only this time, the final was 18-17.